Welcome to our channel, A Person Life Cycle. Evaluating people is one of the most difficult skills in life. We often judge others by their appearance, words, social status, or first impression. But these things can be misleading. A person's true character is usually revealed by how they think, how they behave under pressure, and how they handle power, money, responsibility, and trust. Ancient Chinese strategist Zhuge Liang described 7 methods for evaluating a person. These methods focus on 7 important qualities: will, adaptability, wisdom, courage, temperament, integrity, and trustworthiness. 1. Ask about right and wrong. Evaluate their will. The first method is to ask a person about right and wrong. Instead of asking only about their goals, ask how they would respond to difficult moral situations. What do they believe is right? What are they willing to sacrifice? What principles guide their decisions? Their answers can reveal their ambitions, values, and sense of purpose. A person with strong will does not simply follow the crowd. They have principles and understand what they are trying to achieve. What to observe: their values and priorities, their sense of right and wrong, whether they have clear goals, whether they stand by their principles. 2. Challenge their opinions. Evaluate their adaptability. The second method is to challenge a person's ideas. When everything goes smoothly, almost anyone can appear intelligent and confident. The real test comes when someone disagrees with them. Present a different opinion, question their assumptions, or place them in an unfamiliar situation. Watch how they respond. Do they become angry and defensive? Do they refuse to listen? Or can they think quickly, consider another perspective, and adjust their position when necessary? Adaptability does not mean having no principles. It means knowing how to respond intelligently when circumstances change. What to observe: flexibility, emotional control, quick thinking, ability to handle disagreement. 3. Ask for their strategy. Evaluate their wisdom. The third method is to ask someone for advice about a complicated problem. Knowledge is not the same as wisdom. A person may know many facts but still struggle to understand the bigger picture. When discussing a difficult situation, observe whether they can identify the real problem, consider consequences, recognize risks, and develop a practical solution. Wisdom is often revealed by the quality of someone's questions, not simply by the number of answers they give. What to observe: depth of thinking, long-term vision, problem-solving ability, understanding of consequences. 4. Observe them under pressure. Evaluate their courage. The fourth method is to observe a person during adversity. When life becomes difficult, people reveal qualities that may remain hidden during comfortable times. A courageous person does not necessarily feel no fear. Instead, they can continue to act responsibly despite fear, uncertainty, or pressure. Watch what happens when plans fail, criticism appears, or unexpected problems arise. Do they immediately give up? Do they blame everyone else? Or do they remain calm and search for a solution? What to observe: resilience, determination, ability to face fear, behavior during difficult moments. 5. Observe their temperament. The fifth method focuses on temperament. Traditional accounts describe observing someone when intoxicated because reduced self-control may reveal aspects of their personality that are normally hidden. However, the broader lesson is not simply to judge someone while drunk. It is to observe how a person behaves when their usual self-control is weakened, when they are extremely tired, emotional, frustrated, excited, or under stress. Do they become cruel, arrogant, aggressive, or do they remain respectful toward others? A person's temperament often reveals itself through how they treat people who cannot benefit them. What to observe: emotional stability, self-control, respect for others, reactions when frustrated or excited. 6. Give them access to wealth. Evaluate their integrity. Money can reveal character. The sixth method is to entrust someone with wealth or valuable resources and observe how they handle them. A person may speak passionately about honesty, but integrity becomes clearer when temptation appears. If someone discovers an opportunity to take advantage of a situation, what do? Integrity means doing the right thing even when dishonesty would be profitable and difficult to detect. What to observe? Honesty, responsibility with money, resistance to temptation, whether actions match words. 7. Give them an urgent responsibility. Evaluate their trustworthiness. The final method is to give someone an important task with a limited amount of time. Responsibility reveals reliability. Some people make impressive promises but disappear when the work becomes difficult. Others may speak quietly but consistently deliver what they promised. To evaluate trustworthiness, pay attention to whether someone keeps commitments, communicates problems honestly, and finishes what they agree to do. Trust is built through repeated actions, not impressive words. What to observe? Reliability, punctuality, accountability, ability to keep commitments. The 7 qualities. Zhuge Liang's 7 methods can be summarized simply. Well, what do they stand for? Adaptability. How do they respond to change? Wisdom. How deeply do they think? Courage. How do they behave under pressure? Temperament. Who are they when self-control is weakened? Integrity. What do they do when money or temptation is involved? Trustworthiness. Can you depend on them when responsibility matters? The deeper lesson. The art of evaluating people is not about becoming suspicious of everyone. It is about learning to look beyond appearances. A person's words can be carefully chosen. Their appearance can be carefully presented. Even their reputation can be carefully constructed. But consistent behavior is much harder to fake. If you want to understand someone, observe them in different situations. Watch how they treat people with less power, how they react to disagreement, what they do when nobody is watching, and whether they remain responsible when circumstances become difficult. At the same time, we should remember that one moment does not completely define a person. Everyone can make mistakes, lose their temper, or fail under pressure. True evaluation requires patience and observation over time. The goal is not to judge people quickly. The goal is to understand them accurately. Because in life, choosing the right people to trust, work with, and build relationships with can be just as important as choosing the right opportunities. Words reveal what people want you to see. Actions reveal who they are. And consistent actions reveal who they truly are. Thank you for watching. We hope this video gave you a deeper understanding of human character, wisdom, integrity, and trust. Remember, don't judge people by their words alone. Observe their actions, especially when life becomes difficult. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. See you in the next video.